You've got mail. Black box. Ta-da! So pretty much everything you need to know is in that intro. I went on Amazon and I bought the cheapest set of coilover sleeves that I could find for a Honda. So I'm going to put them in the Honda today, and I feel like I'm probably going to be taking them out of the Honda today as well because they're going to be crap. But that's what I'm here to find out, so let's get to it. First things first, I'm going to remove the old shock and spring. So I got that shock assembly out in record time. The video says it was about 8 minutes. But looking at these, it looks as though I'm gonna have absolutely no ride height when I'm done with this. Cool. So I can't find my spring compressors, so I've just set my shock out there with a wheel on it so it doesn't move, and my rattle gun. And I'm just going to crank the air pressure and hope it comes off. Alright, I got that all apart without blasting my head off, so now I just got to assemble this with the new spring and seat, and we'll put her back in the car. So these things came with a bunch of different O-rings, and I don't know why, but there's like 3 different sizes here. We got thick ones, we got medium ones, and we got really thin ones. So, I don't know. Makes sense now. Different diameter shocks, because these things are made to fit pretty much anything. Different diameter shocks. We'll need a different diameter O-ring on there to hold the thing centered. These just so happen to be the medium-sized ones. And then you get a little bag of set screws and an Allen key, and that'll lock your collar down on here. So first issue with these, top hat doesn't fit over the shock. Full diameter too small. So, I think, okay, I'm going to drill this out and use it. So that fits on there now. This stands up like this. Original top hat goes on. That goes back on top. Crank that down and we're ready to put it back in the car. As you just watched, I've done some sketchy shit. But these springs are so damn janky. I'm honestly scared that the car's just gonna lay frame and it's not gonna be drivable. Alright, moment of truth. Will I be able to get it off the hoist? Gotta make sure all that crap is aligned in there. Oh my god.
Oh yes, very nice, alright.
So this is still only one corner. I just backed the thing off the lift to see how low it really was. There's like 1.75 inches of ground clearance there at the front bumper. That's insane. So yeah, I'll just, same thing for all 4 corners, so I'll do that and then I'll show you guys when I'm done. So something I didn't notice the first time I put these springs in, there's 2 different springs that come with this kit. There's a harder spring and a softer spring. Softer spring is obviously the smaller one on the right. Harder spring is the one on the left. and that's front and rear. I wasn't expecting that, so I just threw whichever two I had in my hands in the front, and one corner was sitting way lower than the other, and I couldn't figure it out. So that's why. So watch out for that. Which is kind of a nice surprise, I guess. I was expecting that all 4 springs were just going to be the same, and you'd have either a really low front end or a really high rear end. But well, that's it for tonight. I got all 4 springs in. The car is nicely leveled now. So I'm gonna go to bed and we'll see how this thing rides tomorrow.
1 week later.
So I've been driving on these things for a few days now, and I'm pleasantly surprised actually. They're not too bouncy. They're a little stiff, obviously stiffer than the original springs, but they're 10 times better than I was expecting. That's not to say that they're good at all, but they're usable. You know, like, keep your expectations low and you'll never be disappointed. Well, that was the case here. They're drivable. They're a little rough, like I said, but definitely all right for a daily driver. I wouldn't do any sort of track time on these things, because as soon as you hit a corner, you're probably gonna, like, if you lift up one side, the spring will come unseated because they're too short for the shocks or something like that. They're definitely not the safest thing to be driving on, but if you're just looking to lower your car, make it look good, like this thing looks a lot better now, in my opinion. But if you're just looking to lower your car and make it look good for cheap, this is one option. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned. Check me out on Instagram. Leave a like, comment if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next one.